Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV, and the Southwest TV Translator Association underwrites the news show.
If you have a news topic or tips you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show is live on Monday at noon and rebroadcast in 3 and 6 p.m. and again re-aired on Thursday at noon, 3 and 6. Today is October 16th, 2017, and now the news at noon. More healthcare woes. Trying not to worry yourself sick is a challenge these days. The Journal in Cortez reported about President Donald Trump's decision to end a key federal health subsidy, which means state residents who buy their own health insurance will pay even more next year, Colorado's Division of Insurance said on Friday. The Denver Post reports the average increase for individual market premiums next year will be nearly 33% over this year. That figure is according to the Colorado Division of Insurance. Trump announced late last Thursday he would end the subsidy, which helps those with modest incomes pay deductibles and other costs when buying their own health insurance. The Trump administration and many Republicans say the government cannot legally continue to make the so-called cost-sharing payments. The subsidies differ from tax credits that help residents pay their insurance premiums. Regulators had announced in September that average premiums would rise by 27% in 2018, but had asked insurance companies for alternate proposals in the event the subsidies were withdrawn. Colorado Insurance Commissioner Marguerite Salazar insisted no insurers will leave the state's market after Trump's decision. About 8% of Coloradans buy health insurance in the individual market. Attorneys general in at least a dozen states, including California, Connecticut, Kentucky, Massachusetts, and New York, said Friday that they plan to sue the Trump administration to keep the federal subsidy. More than 6 million people benefit from the cost-sharing subsidies, which cost the federal government about $7 billion. That cost is expected to more than double within a decade. Governor John Hickenlooper said Trump's decision would destabilize individual markets.
According to the Cortez Journal, authorities have confirmed the man found dead with a gunshot wound inside his burning home early Friday morning is longtime Bayfield resident and La Plata County Sheriff's Office Deputy Jeremiah Lee. Bruce Evans, chief of the Upper Pine River Fire Protection District, declined to disclose any further details on the fire Sunday. He said more information will be available Wednesday after forensics and an autopsy come back from the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. Obviously, we want to make sure all the facts are straight, Evans said. We want to make sure everything is absolutely factual and documented so that beyond a reasonable doubt we know the sequence of events of what happened here. The CBI said in a prepared statement Sunday that it continues to investigate the fire as well as the circumstances surrounding the death of Lee, whose cause of death has not yet been determined Sunday. Just after 12:30 a.m. Friday, authorities received a report that a home at 6491 County Road 516 just south of Bayfield was on fire. Fire crews were able to arrive within 8 minutes, with the home already showing heavy smoke and fire. Initial reports said that a man in his 50s was found inside the house with a gunshot wound, without a pulse and not breathing. Authorities pulled the man from the house but were unsuccessful in attempts to revive him. The man was identified as Lee, who is 42 years old. He was found dead one day before his 43rd birthday. According to the Durango Herald Archives, Lee became a deputy with the La Plata County Sheriff's Office about a year or two ago. He was with the Durango Police for 18 years before joining the Sheriff's Office, reports indicate. Dan Bender, spokesman for the La Plata County Sheriff's Office, deferred all questions on the incident to CBI. Officials with Durango Police Department did not respond to calls seeking comment Sunday. In February, Lee was named the Colorado Cattlemen's Law Enforcement Officer of the Year from the La Plata Archuleta Cattlemen's Association. In all, it took 19 firefighters and 12 fire trucks to put out the fire. Los Pinos Fire District and the Durango Fire Protection District also provided assistance.
A roadwork alert from the Journal and CDOT. The Colorado Department of Transportation and A1 Chip Seal Rocky Mountain Pavement will start 2 roadwork improvement projects on Monday, October 23rd. The projects are expected to last through November, CDOT said in a news release. Crews will perform crack sealing operations on U.S. Highway 160 in Montezuma County from the east end of Cortez to the top of Mancos Hill, 5 miles east of Mancos. Colorado Highway 145 in San Miguel County from Sawpit to Society Turn Roundabout west of Telluride. The primary goal of the projects consists of placing a heated crack sealant into cracks formed on several highway surface segments in southwest Colorado. The cracks are located along the edges of the travel lanes and in the travel lanes. Crack sealing is a preventative maintenance process which extends the lifespan of the pavement by preventing water from seeping into the asphalt cracks and can cause erosion. Work will be done Monday through Friday with hours from 30 minutes after sunrise to 30 minutes before sunrise. Please note traffic may be reduced to a single lane, alternating traffic intermittently in either direction. Work segments may be up to 1 mile in length with 15-minute delays possible. The speed limit will be reduced to 40 miles an hour through the work zone. Traffic fines in the construction zone may be doubled. Travelers are urged to follow work zone signage, use caution, and consider worker safety when traveling through a work zone.
According to the Cortez Journal, 3 people were transported to Southwest Memorial Hospital after a rear-end collision Friday morning on U.S. Highway 160 east of Cortez. Trooper James Proctor of the Colorado State Patrol said an eastbound pickup truck with Colorado plates was turning left into the Ute Mountain Indian Trading Post parking lot about 10:30 a.m. when it was rear-ended by an eastbound Chevy Cruze from Arizona. The car's airbags deployed and the hood was ripped off. Debris and glass were shattered or scattered across the highway. Traffic was delayed for about an hour as rescue crews attended to victims and cleared the wreckage. All vehicle occupants were transported to the hospital, including the driver and the passenger of the car and the driver of the pickup truck. A preliminary investigation shows that the vehicle was turning left into the Ute Mountain Indian Trading Post parking lot, and another vehicle struck it from the rear, said Proctor. At this point, the investigation is ongoing, Proctor said. Names of the injured were not released. The Cortez Fire Protection District, Colorado State Patrol, Southwest Memorial Hospital, and Colorado Department of Transportation responded to the crash, which happened under the Colorado Department of Transportation's Drive Safely sign.
Reported by the Journal out of Cortez, after more than 20 years in the Cortez area, the flooring company Muscanel Millworks has been purchased by German manufacturer Logler Holdings. The company was founded by Doug Muscanel, who started making boxes from domestic wood after moving to Montezuma County in 1986. He and his wife Karen Harbaugh started manufacturing hardwood flooring in 1996. On September 30th, they closed on a sale of the business to Logler, which produces wood floor sanding machines for a worldwide market. We want to see the business go on here, Harbaugh said. It's successful, it's established. We have found the labor pool that we need here. We needed a plan for how the business is going to go on after Doug and I are ready to retire. Right now, about 25 employees work at Millworks, which sells about 95% of its products outside of Montezuma County, according to a news release from Harbaugh. In addition to wood floors, the company also makes custom stair parts and fuel for wood stoves. Harbaugh said Logler is the ideal candidate to take over Millworks. Founded in 1956, it is a family-owned manufacturer based in Frauenzimmern, Germany, and it sells sanding machines in about 140 different countries, North American Vice President of Sales Mark Schultz said. It already owns a few American companies, including Millworks' Denver distributor, Palo Duro Hardwoods. Schultz said Logler's leaders were excited to acquire the company because they already had a good working relationship with Millworks. He said his company has no plans to change the staff or the way Millworks is run, and all its operations will stay in Montezuma County. Harbaugh said that she and Muscanel will continue to work with the company for some time in order to make sure that the transition goes smoothly. She said she hoped being owned by a global company would open up a bigger market for Millworks and eventually create opportunities to hire more employees. Muscanel said he has known Logler's owner, Carl Logler, for several years and trusts him to keep the company's legacy going. Muscanel wrote in the news release, "This is a great thing for our people and for Montezuma County."
According to the Cortez Journal, the annual skijoring race in Silverton has been canceled because of an unsettled lawsuit stemming from last year's event where 3 people were run over by a horse spooked by a low-flying drone. The decision was first reported in this week's edition of the Silverton Standard and the Miner. Attempts to reach event organizer Pete Mazel were unsuccessful Thursday. At the event in February, a horse at the starting line became agitated from a drone hovering overhead, which witnesses said sounded like a swarm of bees. The horse darted into the crowd, injuring 3 spectators. One woman suffered a hip injury that required extensive surgery, San Juan County Sheriff Bruce Conrad said at the time it happened. Maisel told the Silverton Standard, "There's a $1 million lawsuit against the insurance company I had. We're covered and the town's covered. We're okay. Because the insurance companies are still negotiating, the claim is considered open and it's not possible to get the event insured for this year," Maisel said. This would have been the 9th annual ski-oring competition. The event is by far the most popular of Silverton's winter activities and draws hundreds of people to the small mountain town. Ski-oring is a race where skiers hold onto a rope attached to a horse. The animal then pulls the skier through a series of gates and jumps down Silverton's Blair Street. And now, here's our weather report.
The National Weather Service promises that upper-level wind that's been coming from the northwest will slowly turn to the west by tomorrow afternoon, and temperatures will rise today and tomorrow. Surface winds from the southeast will become southwest this afternoon. Winds will decline through Wednesday. Some cloudy patches will pass through during the week, but will stay dry. Clouds will be thickest Thursday night. These are not strong clouds, and later in the week we'll tell you for sure, but dry lower layers are now expected to prevent moisture from reaching the ground. Friday is expected to be windy, but no numbers are available yet. Late Friday through Saturday are expected to cool and have better chances for moisture, but that won't require much and would need to be significantly better to make for moisture. A strong cold front moving southward across Florida will push off the coast this afternoon, but it's moving slowly and will stall near enough to the coast to cause rains to continue for the area through the week. Isolated flash flooding is possible. By Wednesday, most of the U.S., with the exception of the southeast Florida area and parts of the Pacific Northwest, will experience high temperatures 5 degrees to 7 degrees above normal, along with dry conditions. Today's high temperature will be 65, Tuesday and Wednesday with a 69, maybe a 70 Thursday, and a 66 for Friday. Lows will range between 38 and 43 degrees. Winds today will run 5 to 10 and will be from the southwest this afternoon, then drop off through Wednesday. And now back to the news.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, Deanne House was re-elected to the Ute Mountain Ute Tribal Council during an election on Friday in Toyoak. House earned 113 votes out of 415 cast. She came out ahead of challengers Selwyn White Skunk, 83 votes, Lindrith Wall, 58 votes, Fernessa Dutchy Richards, 55 votes, Mark Wing, 53 votes, Davis Wing, 18 votes, and Marcianne Wing, 17 votes. House is related to former tribal leaders Ernest House Sr. and Chief Jack House, the tribe's last traditional leader. House holds 2 college degrees, one in geology from the University of Colorado and one in psychology. She was recently the tribe's contract and grant specialist and has worked as an addiction counselor. In an interview with the Journal, House said that as a tribal leader, she will continue to advocate for the people. In her first term, she worked on tribal energy resources, including oil and gas and hydropower, and supported youth programs. Promoting more housing and education for the next generation are 2 of the goals she set for her next term. Her business sense and education background have been a benefit for the tribe, said supporter Karen Box. She's smart and understands finances, she said. She always has the people in mind and brings out the tribe's best potential. All 6 tribal council seats are held by women. They are Juanita Plentioles, Colleen Cuthair, Elaine Cantsey, Marissa Box, Prislena Rabbit, and Deanne House. Harold Cuthair is the tribal chairman.
Last week's CO2 average stands at 403.42. Week before last was 402.97. 1 year ago, 401.48, and 10 years ago was 380.87.
Reported by the Durango Herald, a Colorado judge has ruled that a law allowing convicts serving life without parole for crimes committed as juveniles to seek reduced sentences is unconstitutional. Arapahoe Chief District Judge Carlos Seymour Jr. found the 2016 law gives preferential treatment to 16 offenders convicted of felony murder. The Denver Post reports they are eligible for reduced sentences of 30 to 50 years. Seymour ruled that 34 other convicts serving life without parole aren't entitled to similar sentence reductions under the law. Seymour ruled in a case filed by Curtis Brooks, who was sentenced in 1997 to life in prison without parole after his conviction for felony murder. Defendants can be charged with first-degree murder if someone dies in the commission of a felony such as burglary or robbery.
An article out of Pleasant View by the Cortez Journal. Pepperheads looking to add heat to their dishes as cold weather sets in can find a wide variety of peppers at Rauer's farm stand at the Durango Farmers Market. Heidi Rauer planted 50 varieties of hot peppers this year at her Pleasant View farm, and on any given Saturday, her selection includes about 25 different kinds of hot peppers. I love hot peppers, and I get carried away in the winter going through the catalogs, Rauer explained. For the indecisive, she puts together variety packs of peppers based on their Scoville scale rating. The Ghost and Scorpion pepper in the spiciest variety pack, perhaps aptly known as the Daredevil pack, are rated between 900,000 and 1.5 million on the Scoville scale. As a comparison, a jalapeno is between 5,000 and 10,000 on the scale. The heat of the peppers varies annually, and this year's harvest has been unpredictable, with some peppers coming in mild and others trending to be more spicy. The peppers are all over the place, Rauer said. For the last few weekends of the farmers market and during the winter market at the Smiley building, she brings in smoked hot peppers. Smoking cools down peppers' heat and keeps them on the market when they would otherwise be unavailable from local growers. For those looking for a more mild and sweeter taste, she also offers unusual bell peppers such as purple and chocolate. In addition to peppers, Rauer's fall's offerings include a wide variety of squash, corn, onions, sweet potatoes, and other fall vegetables. Rauer has been in agriculture her entire career, but in 2005 she decided she wanted to work for herself. Her mom Judy joined her in the endeavor. We started off small, Rauer said. I sold beets and carrots off the tailgate of our truck down at the Cortez Market. In 2008, the two officially launched their business, and since then, Heidi's sister, Angela, has also joined them. The family had always planted a half-acre garden on their property in Pleasant View, but after forming a business, they put in high tunnels and unheated greenhouses to raise cold weather crops such as lettuce in the winter. In the summer, they've experimented with tropical crops like jicama. They also plowed under 7 acres of hay and added it to their garden patch, planting apple trees, berries, a vineyard, and asparagus. Though Rauer felt the expansion a bit intimidating, seeing the apple trees are just now getting old enough to produce, she looks forward to adding them to her offerings as well. They also raise lambs, pigs, and chickens. After 9 years in business, Rauer still finds a sense of accomplishment and fun in bringing a complete harvest to market. You might not make a killing or extremely good money, but you really eat really well, she said with a laugh.
And now for the Dolores County Sheriff's Roundup for the week of October 9th through the 15th. There was a report received of a person driving erratically. Officers made contact with the individual and gave a citation. A caller reported a semi had hit a black cow on Highway 145 at milepost 37. Dispatch notified Colorado State Patrol. There were several reports of aggressive dogs on the loose that had killed several chickens in Cajon. The owner of the dogs was contacted by a sheriff's deputy. Cows were reported out on Highway 491 and Colorado State Patrol was notified. A scam alert. The sheriff's office has received a report of callers using fax lines to make contact with people to sell items such as insurance, memorial plots, credit cards, and etc. Then, when people try to call the number back, they get a fax line tone and never connect with anyone. Please be aware if you did not call to make a purchase of an item and instead they are calling you to sell you an item, it may be a scam. That's it for today's roundup. Stay tuned for continued updates.
Today's High Canyon Country happenings. Colorado Parks and Wildlife will give away Kokanee salmon at Joe Rowell Park in Dolores at 3 p.m. October 19th and again October 26th. Anyone wanting fish must hold a valid 2017 Colorado fishing license. The number of fish each person receives will be determined by the number of kokanee collected during the spawning run and the number of people who show up for the giveaway. People interested in receiving fish should bring a container. Most of the kokanee are from 9 to 11 inches in length. Kokanee are a freshwater, landlocked sockeye salmon. It is not native to Colorado, but it is well suited to Colorado's large reservoirs and is a popular game fish. For more information on the fish and all of Colorado's fish species, go to cpw.state.co. Friday, October 20th, right in downtown Durango, there will be a balloon glow where a string of pilots illuminate their balloons on the ground. Starting around 6 p.m. from the General Palmer to the Gaslight Theater to East 2nd Avenue. Then on Saturday, October 21st, from 6:30 to 9 p.m. is the Animas Valley Balloon Rally and Glow. A second balloon glow will be available on Saturday at Hermosa Meadows Road and Highway 550. There will be approximately 8 to 10 balloons out in the field, including a Circus Big Top balloon from Denver. Guests will be able to purchase a ride in a large tethered balloon for just $10 per person. Make sure to bring your camera and take lots of pictures of the action. A portable t-shirt factory will be available to take your photos and make them into t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and more. Balloons will stand at approximately 7:30 p.m. The public is advised to arrive at 6:30. Parking will be available in the meadow, no parking on the highway. This event is free to the public. However, the event is weather permitting, meaning high winds, rains, lightning, etc. will prevent balloons from going up, as unfortunately happens nearly half of the time. Saturday, November 4th will be the Southwest Colorado Canyons Alliance first members-only event. Have you ever wondered how the ancestral Pueblo people produce such lovely pottery? Now is your opportunity to find out. Replica artist Leander Gridley will demonstrate pottery techniques from clay sources through temper grinding, hand building the pottery through the coil and scrape method, and painting. He will also discuss firing techniques that produce the beautiful black on white and red ware forms that we know and love. The demonstration will be on Saturday, November 4th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the BLM Anasazi Heritage Center. You must be a member to register. However, remember that SCCA is offering a complimentary membership through March 31st, 2018. All you have to do is go online to register. All the happenings and links are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, and original stories and local posts. To share your event or information, contact us. It's dcbnnews@gmail.com or call us at 677-411-9, and we'll be sure to get your news on air.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs live at noon Monday through Wednesday and then is rebroadcast at 3 and 6 p.m. and again re-aired Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in the same order at noon, 3, and 6.
And be sure to check us out on Facebook. It's DCTV News at Noon. Please like us there and share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook and Jerry Tope with the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.